morning, Guardians! The Jolly Gamer here, and it is an exciting week this week for Xur. I am just hyped and excited because there is a weapon that he is carrying that I have not seen in a while. And to all you Xbox people, if you haven't gotten it yet, this is your chance again to get it. It used to be. Anyway, I'm not going to say anything more because I'm hyped. But first off, it's Destiny 1. It's Friday. Xur is back, but he's not in the tower, as you can see. He is in the Reef. Yes, he does show up in the Reef every now and then. It's not very often, I suspect, because you have to unlock the Reef, so new players can't immediately. But then what's the point if you're a new player and you're not level 40? There are a few. Anyway, that aside. Xur's back. He's in the Reef, alright? Usual reminder, this is Destiny 1. You have 48 hours to locate Xur and pick up what you want, and you will want to find Xur this week. So he arrives on Fridays at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, aka New York time, okay? Florida time, all along the East Coast, okay? And he departs on Sunday, Eastern Standard Time, 5 a.m., again, same East Coast, okay? 48 hours. And he's always in the same location in the Reef. And like I said, I am hyped. I personally already have this weapon. I picked it up the first time he got it. I picked it up on both consoles. But he's right over here. He's always over here. There's a dead ghost here, by the way, if you haven't gotten it. I already got it, so it's not going to show up for me. Okay? Right here. He has the Jade Rabbit. The Jade Rabbit was a scout rifle that was exclusive to PlayStation. So some Xbox people may still not have it yet, even though it's been several years. If you immediately dropped Destiny 1 and went into Destiny 2, because I think it didn't show up in Destiny 1 for Xbox until after Destiny 2 launched. I'm pretty sure of that because I remember a whole bunch of people on YouTube getting hyped that the Jade Rabbit was now available on Xbox. So come and get it. You got it. You got the Jade Rabbit, alright? So the Jade Rabbit is a scout rifle, okay? That's Min. I personally am not, I think it's cool just because first off, it looks pretty cool. Don't get me wrong. It looks pretty cool. I'm also hyped because, you know, I have not seen the Jade Rabbit carried by Xur in a while, so I'm pretty hyped about that. But honestly, it's a very slow, high-impact scout rifle, which is not my thing. I'm more of a Mida Multi-Tool. So you can see mine isn't fully unlocked, but it is still, I mean, it's the Jade Rabbit. Come on, it's the Jade Rabbit. You need the Jade Rabbit, okay? So the Jade Rabbit has the Fate of All Fools. Chain body shot. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why. It's because of the chain body shots to gain bonus damage on your next precision shot and return ammo to the mag. I'm not a big fan of any kind of mods or perks or whatever you want to call them that require body shots because instinctively I try to go for the head. I mean, sometimes you don't get a headshot, but my goal is always to try and get a headshot. So purposefully going for body shots to gain bonus damage on your next precision shot kinda isn't my thing, which is one of the reasons, but it's still the Jade Rabbit, okay? So chain body shots to gain bonus damage on your next precision shot and return ammo to the magazine. Okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, that alone is like, yeah, it's got perks, you know? There's exotics, then there's exotics. This has got some, I mean, return ammo to the mag. Okay, then we got, okay, Zen Moment, larger magazine, spray and play. Alright, that's it. Doesn't have anything else. I mean, Zen Moment, extended mag. One could always use a bigger mag. With any weapon. You could always, look, the bigger your magazine, the less times you have to reload. Fully support that, okay? Speed reload and custom optics. Oh, cool. So, that's it. It's okay. I wouldn't mind maybe elemental damage. It doesn't even have any ornaments. I guess it's because it was an early exotic, I'm guessing. I don't know exactly when. Like I said, I started Destiny after the Taken King, so I don't remember when the Jade Rabbit popped up. I just remember people talking about it when Destiny 2 launched, saying it was a PlayStation exclusive. And the funny thing is, I was playing on PlayStation and Xbox, but my RNGesus is so bad, I never got the Jade Rabbit. Most of the exotics I have, I got through Xur, not through drops. Fate of all fools. Alright, so definitely pick up the Jade Rabbit. Just pick it up on principle. You finally have an Xbox, people, if you're an Xbox person, which I'm on my Xbox right now. I played Destiny this week on PlayStation, but I am on my Xbox right now. Anyway, the other two weapons you have, the bundles you have, first off, ironically, the Mida Multi-Tool, with Special Ops. So both ornaments for Mida are cool. I'm just kidding. Special Ops is my favorite, but both weapon ornaments for Mida are cool. Okay? I'm a big fan of the Mida, mostly because of the rate of fire versus the impact. It's the one that it's the it's the speed up weapon. It speeds you up because it's got lightweight, okay? Then it's got here, this weapon boosts move speed and fires on a hair trigger. I've been told the flinch it causes is huge, and at one point it was ridiculously OP in Crucible, but honestly, it doesn't feel to me like it has enough to be a real, genuine exotic. I did like it in Destiny 2 as well. I still have the Mida Mini Tool, which my understanding is everything I have in my vault at this point is pointless. Anyway, in Destiny 2, I haven't been back to Destiny 2 in like 3 weeks. But as I said, you should pick it up. Just again, it gives you Grimoire score and it unlocks the blueprint. You want to pick up everything, especially if you're like a collectaholic like me. There are exotics I need. I will not be able to rest until I have every exotic in Destiny. So yeah, but I have the Mida. It's like I said, I'm more of a fan of the rate of fire and the impact. Okay, and it does look ridiculously cool. Okay, so another scout rifle. You got the Jade Rabbit. You got the Mida Multi-Tool, and then we've got the Trespasser and Fallen Assassin. So you have the Fallen Assassin, which is this. No wait, Fallen Assassin. Okay, Fallen Assassin is the awful ornament. Look. It looks like somebody at Bungie gave their 5-year-old a picture of the Trespasser and told them to color it in, and that's what they got. Yeah, I mean, come on. Which kind of fits the Fallen? Do you expect Mona Lisa level artwork from the Fallen, or do you expect scribbles and something that no, you know what? I'm insulting 5-year-olds when I say that a 5-year-old is. Maybe a 3-year-old. It was like Bring Your Daughter to Work Day, and they sat the 3-year-olds down and gave them pictures of Trespasser and said color them in, and the winner is gonna get to have their picture in the game as an ornament. And of course the CEO's daughter, I don't even know if he has, but whoever, the most highest up ranked who had a daughter who was 3 coloring in the Trespasser won, because reasons. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of this one. Okay, I'm more of a fan of Crucible Assassin, but hey, if you're a fan of Trespasser, you're gonna have to get this ornament this week. So, be the danger. This weapon fires bursts of bullets with deadly accuracy. I will say, it is pretty cool. Reloading after a kill causes the next burst to be a longer, more powerful super burst. I recently live streamed with the Trespasser, and I'll say my opinion of it has improved. It reminds me a little of Zalo. Not enough Zalo in it though. Zalo is just on a whole nother level of awesome. You want to get me back into Destiny 2, you bring Zalo Supercell, not Risk Runner. Risk Runner is not Zalo, alright? Zalo Supercell is on a totally different level than even Risk Runner. They're similar, but Zalo is Zalo. Okay? Zalo Supercell is just its own thing, okay? You want to get me back into Destiny 2, you bring back Zalo Supercell, and I will be there in a heartbeat, okay? I love Zalo Supercell. Anyway, it's okay. Again, you really should pick up every exotic just because you don't want to, like, weeks from now regret it and realize that the only one you're missing is Trespasser, and you need to get back. The Trespasser does show up often with Xur, but Trespasser, so you've got, like I said, you've got the Jade Rabbit, you've got the Trespasser, which is a sidearm, and you've got the Mida Multi-Tool. So this is the weakest scout rifle. Again, Jade Rabbit, people. We got Jade Rabbit, okay? And we got the Legacy Engram, which means you will probably get a year 1 item unless you're extremely lucky. Then you might get a year 1 that unlocks a year 2. This is what I got when it was Gauntlets. They didn't even give me something that matches my class. This is why I have a thing against the Cryptarch in the Reef. Because this guy can't tell this is a hunter. How do you not know that, dude? And you gave me a Titan exotic. I am insulted on behalf of all hunters. Just, wow. I mean, not even just any cloak. I'm wearing a badass cloak, and you thought I was a Titan. So you might get a year 1 item. If you're lucky, you'll get a year 1 that unlocks the year 2. But depends on your luck. As I've said, if you have an excess of strange coins, pick it up. If you do not have an excess of strange coins, pick up everything else first. Heavy ammo stints are ridiculously useful, especially if you're running soloing stuff. Yes. Anyway, next for the armor, we've got Twilight Garrison for the press BB while airborne to evade. Alright, I got a question for you Titans, because I will be playing my Titan again this week. I will probably make sure I have this or not and try it out. But does this work on any class of subclass of Titan, or do you have to? Because if this works on any class of Titan, then I am pissed. Because then it's like, why doesn't the Graviton forfeit do that for the hunters? Okay, it does say press BB while airborne to evade. So it sounds like it's just you gain evade. But then why is it that the Graviton forfeit for the hunters only gives you the evade while running as a Night Stalker? I'm not happy, because evade is a hunter thing, okay? So much so that, like, even if you're playing, it's one of those things I actually do miss from Destiny 2 when I play Destiny 1. The hunters evade, especially with the reload. That's my thing. I love the hunter. Okay? So, let me know in the comments, Titans, does this give you evade, or do you have to play a certain class for it to give you evade? I will definitely be playing Titan this weekend, but until then, give me a heads up. Just a sneak peek before I play Titan. Okay? Next, we have the, but that's pretty, if it does completely unlock evade for all subclasses, that's pretty sweet. Next, for the hunters, we have the, yeah, that does not look cool at all. I'm like, Achlyophage Symbiote. Golden Gun gains 1 additional shot per use. Now that I can see is pretty sweet. Okay, for multiple reasons. I can just see that. That does not seem like it's a big deal, but I can see multiple uses for that. Excuse me. First off, during Crucible, absolutely, I have no doubt people would be using this in Crucible. 4 shots, definitely would use it in Crucible. The second reason I would use it would be during like something like a Nightfall, and you want to hit heavy like yellow bar enemies, and you have multiple yellow bar enemies, especially if you have Daybreak in effect. So Daybreak is the the Nightfall modifier that your super just continuously reloads. So can you imagine having a continuous super and you have 4 shots with Golden Gun, and you're running through the Nightfall with just constant Golden Gun? That I can see. So this thing, I'm pretty sure I have it, but I will double check, because this would make, because Crucible really isn't that much of a thing right now in Destiny 1, except for private matches, unless more people come back. But I can see this kicking butt in the Nightfall. Especially, I said, if Daybreak is in effect, which is one of the best modifiers that I hear still has not come to Destiny 2. Another thing that would bring you back to Destiny 2 is Daybreak. Daybreak, like I said, your super is continuously charging, so you basically constantly have your super up. It is just chef's kiss of awesome. Just chef's kiss of awesome. So that one is definitely a good one, definitely. And it seems so minor. It's like, oh, Golden Gun gains an additional shot. Nah, it's good. And finally, for the Warlock, we have Alchemist Raiment. Chance to gain Glimmer on primary armor pickup. Orbs collected when your super is full. Recharge your grenades and melee. Okay. So, this one I always felt mixed on. Because Glimmer, really, the problem with Glimmer in Destiny 1 is your max If you think it's bad in Destiny 2 with 500,000, can you imagine? Destiny 1 is 25,000. Okay? The max glimmer in Destiny 1 is 25,000. So, I can see that one being like, let me know in the comments below, but have you ever been short on glimmer? Because I have not been ever short. In fact, there are times where I have to go to Banshee and buy heavy ammo synths. I will usually buy heavy ammo synths from Banshee when I reach the max glimmer, because once you reach the max glimmer, you know you don't get any more glimmer. You pick up glimmer. So I don't know, that feels kind of wasteful. It's like, oh, you might get glimmer on primary ammo pickup. When have you ever really been short of glimmer where you need that? The other thing is, with super full orbs, recharge, grenade, and melee. That's great if you're in a fire team. That's the thing. Destiny 1 orbs do not work the same way as in Destiny 2. So if you drop orbs, you can't use your own orbs. You know, if you're by yourself, there are a few exceptions where orbs work, where you have orbs. Archive's Forge. I remember running Archive's Forge, and I was not in a fire team with anybody, but orbs were all over the place, and we could use them. But generally, it's a fire team thing. So I'm putting this one at the bottom simply because, but if you're not a solo player, this might be better for you. But if you're a solo player, this is all the way at the bottom. So I'm going with the Hunter first place because gain an additional golden gunshot. And then, honestly, it depends on if the evade works regardless of subclass, because that's also pretty good. Evade for the Titan, especially since I've been running Titan, I could really see this as being wonderful, because last week I soloed the Nightfall on my Hunter twice. It was Alchemist the Darkblade, and then I decided to go with my Titan, and instead of running hammers, which is what the only subclass I've ever played as a Titan, I ran Striker Titan, and I'm not a big fan of Striker Titan, but I did beat him just off stream, so I finally rage quitted live streaming, and then ran it 3 more times, and on my 3rd time I beat Alakul. So that's my Titan. So my goal this weekend is to do Challenge of the Elder solo as Hunter Titan and Warlock, and to do it solo, the Nightfall solo as Hunter Titan and Warlock. And this could be very useful on my Titan. I'm getting, like I said, I don't think I had ever really run. I'd never done a Nightfall as a Striker Titan, and so it was so hard because I don't know how to use the Titan super. And I'll just say this, Striker Titan is not very good against bosses. Just, yeah. Anyway, I might even put the Titan one in first and the Hunter in second, because that evade is probably more useful even than the 4th golden gunshot. But it's a toss-up. Okay, and you have the usual other, the other curios. You got, heavy ammo synths, which you can never have enough of. Special ammo synths you can pick up from the Banshee 44 and from Barracks, which is surprisingly useful this weekend, running the Nightfall. So that's your usual weekly Zer update. And we also add, I have been playing more Destiny Rising again. I took like 2 weeks off. I was playing Borderlands 4, and damn, that game is good. Like, I just have to say, my God, that game is good. I really wish I could turn on like my PS5 or my Xbox or my Steam Deck. It's still great on PC, but I was just running some of the character story missions, and what I would give for Netties to do Destiny 3 at this point. Still a big fan of Gwen with the double guns, but God, that game is good compared to anyway. That is your usual weekly update on Zer. Welcome to new people. I know there are new people out there coming back to Destiny 1. Welcome to Destiny 1. Here you find all the original stuff. And I hope to see you in the tower, which, by the way, just discovered a Destiny 1 Discord. Definitely want to do the raid. There are raids I have never done, okay? And I need the exotic weapons from those raids. So. We'll see how that goes. And I hope to see you in the tower.